Good evening, everyone. This is Heather here. It is Sunday, June 6th, and this is your watch list for tomorrow, Monday, June 7th. Cruising right into summer here. It's just a little crazy. It seems like everybody has graduations and graduation parties right now and getting ready to settle in for, well, yeah, hanging out and doing a whole lot of nothing, which seems kind of like what we've done for the past year. But anyway, okay, moving right along. I was taking a look at futures here. This is the S&P futures. You can see that we pulled back in just a smidge. We came in, and look at these highs that we've made. I mean, we really are, making new highs is kind of hard when you're looking at the overall, like those all-time highs. And so you kind of come up and you test it, not really sure, going to test it a little more, not really sure. And then finally, potentially punch through here. And that's really what we're looking for, is for a nice test and a push up. And then what we would be looking for is a hold over. So this Fibonacci line, which is now our resistance, we are looking for this to then become our support. All right. If you're wanting to see what the futures are doing, you can always hop in over here on investing.com, and these are the futures. Just go to investing.com and to see futures, and you can pull them up, and you can look just at the American side of it. You can look all across the world, and then they have commodities, all kinds of stuff in there. Great free tool, so I encourage you to use it. Okay, but let's take a look here into the futures and what we're looking at. And I have a few names that I like, and I also want to just talk about the sectors. Energy, continuing on here. I am in XLE. If you go to my current holdings, you'll see it there. I don't know why. I just didn't copy and paste the whole thing over there. But Joe was quick to remind me to add that because I am still in XLE. I like XLE. And there's some names if you don't just want to buy the ETF. Look at the names. Look at those big names like VLO, CVX, XOM. I happen to like the basket here that the ETF affords, and it's been doing very well. Our volume slipped a little bit, but overall very, very strong volume and pushing, continuing to push up here. So I do like XLE. All right, let's hop into a few charts that have done very well. PayPal well off of its highs, but look at this. We came in post earnings and have made a nice little leg up using a Fibonacci line here as some support and just kind of hanging out. We have okay volume, nothing too exciting, but we keep trying to press up and close up these highs and looking for a nice break. And there's a couple volume areas that I would look at. I have one already marked. The other one would be right here around 264.45. Break this, and then we can really break free of a lot of the volume resistance. I like the look in PayPal here. I'm going to look out to the 820, 270s on PayPal. This one's been on our list several times for the last several weeks. And Friday we drew in this funky little, like really little wedge kind of thing, moving up off the 200, off the 200, off the 200. Like the look there. Looking for a break of this trend line. So coming in tomorrow, it would have to be above 146.80 for me. I am looking at the 716, 145s, and the 150s. So why the 716s? I just didn't see anything else longer that I like. But if you're in a trade and it's moving very well and you feel like you're getting a little too close to the expiration, you can always roll it forward. It's always best to roll those positions when they're green. Weight Watchers. Well, if we're going to have Beyond Meat, fake meat, we might as well go ahead and put ourselves on a diet. Weight Watchers. And again, look at this. Lots of indecision, but really hanging out pretty strong up here in this little channel. I like it on a break of the 40.44. I would keep a look there at Weight Watchers. WDC, this is one that I've mentioned quite a bit in the room. I like the looks of it. Our volume has really backed off, and you can see that we have a lot of wicks on this. But WDC, when thinking about Bitcoin and trying to get Elon not to tweet about Bitcoin, Bitcoin has to go somewhere, like all the mining and all of that, the technology that goes into it. Western Digital is prime for this kind of activity and is very involved in it. I like the look of Western Digital, and even on this low volume, it's hanging in very well up here. I like the 7/16/80s. Facebook. So talking to a member of our community, and he's been watching the Reddit side, so all those meme stocks that we're talking about, and Beyond has kind of made its way into that that meme stock as well. But Facebook was one that they were talking about that they really wanted to push. Now, that's not necessarily why I like it here. I think it's been very strong in the tech sector when several others have kind of backed off and failed. This one's held a little bit stronger, and I like that we keep coming in, and we're in this nice channel. We're trying to break the volume, and we're closing closer to our highs. So I like this over the close of Friday for a test of that high at 333.78, and then a complete breakout play. On this, I would watch the 330s and the 340s, probably in July just because of the expense of it, but you can certainly push it out. AMT is one I've not talked about in a long time. Look at this thing just kind of cruising on. I like this, the look in this for watch for it to potentially pause a bit, which is what I would like to see. It's a little bit of a pause, but look, if you look back in the chart, you can see that we are just coming up above a high, not high, but a nice area of resistance where we closed just above it from back in September. So I like the look here in AMT for a continued break up to the 272. Dell came, let me put this back on the 6-month chart. So a lot of tech stocks in this here tonight. Dell made this nice high at 103.80, kind of fluttered around a bit, and then started to make its way back up. We had earnings out of the way, and we're continuing to push. We'll like this for just a breakout play of that 103.80. Couple that we looked at late on Friday, FUTU. I know when I say FU and stop there, I know that's not, anyway, FUTU. Look at this one to come up above this point of control. I like this over 158.60, and I would look at the 716, 155, and the 160s on those. Looking at the volume, we built up a little bit of volume here for that move and broke out of some volume resistance. I would take a look at tech to break this trend line. I like this a little bit more for equity, but they do have some nice 820.25s that you could take a look at. And Generac. Like the look of Generac here. I would take and draw this trend line in. Anything above the trend line is where I would take a look on Generac. And Lyft will be my last one here that I'm going to take a look at. We'll come in the morning and take a look at some sectors, and I will put those out in an email. If there's any sectors looking good. I still like XLF and XLE. Real estate has done really well, especially when we think about inflation, possible inflationary problems, issues coming up. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. But Lyft here, looking for a move over the 50, had a really beautiful move. Took a nice little break here, came back really close to the 8, started to push back up, and now looking for the move up above the 50 there, and I like that 7/16/60s on those. All right, that is it for me here this morning. I will be late getting in the morning, or potentially late getting in the morning as we continue to work with a little chaos here in the cable household because, well, chaos is what we do best. If you have any questions, please reach out, Heather C. at givingtruetrading.com, and I hope you have a great day.